Hey guys, welcome back. Robin Rosado here, and today I got a great video for you guys who are just starting to play golf, or maybe you're teaching somebody how to play some golf. 6 easy steps to a great golf swing. So let's go and take a look at that. I'm excited to get started. Okay guys, so maybe you're just starting to play some golf. You're not really having a good understanding of the key points in the golf swing, where you should be taking it back, what's it supposed to look like here, top of the golf swing, or even impact. Well, in today's video, I got a great kind of a step process to onto a good golf swing. So we're gonna take a look at that. Like I said, I have 6 points to it. So this video is gonna be a little bit longer than normal, but it's gonna be really, really good for you guys. It's gonna be a little bit detailed as well to each point of these steps. So let's get started with number 1. So first step, after you get all your basics, let me kind of clarify that. You got your stance, your ball position, your grip. That's kind of your basics there. So now we're kind of getting into the swing. So once you go ahead and step up to it, the first part about it is, you hear us talk about it all the time, it's kind of that one-piece takeaway. But with that, we're only going to take it to this position right here, kind of number 1 right here. So a good way to check yourself when you're getting to that point, and I'll talk a little bit here in a second as far as details, go ahead and take your normal stance. I'm going to place the alignment stick here, touch it up against my back heel and my right toe. When I go to take it back, you'll see that club is running pretty parallel to that stick on the ground. Now, how am I getting to this point? What I'm getting there is, I'm going to feel like this triangle I'm created here, my shoulders, arms, and hands. That's all moving together, that first point off the golf ball. So when you'll see that, this is what it look like. So I've created it here at address. When I take it back, you can see that I haven't done anything with my hands or anything with my wrists or anything like that. It's all taken together one piece. I'm starting my shoulder turn early. That is key. I see a lot of people out there who do not do that. They take it back only with their arms and their hands only. Maybe going like this. You can see that my shoulders have stayed pretty square. Now my arms coming across my chest. When we get our shoulders more involved, taking it back together, that's going to set us to a good precedence to a wide takeaway, like we'll talk about a bunch, and a good position at the top, and then we get narrow on the way down, which we're going to talk about here in a second. So that kind of is point number 1, starting our shoulder turn, or starting our swing, everything moving together, maintain this triangle, and this is your checkpoint here, where that club is running pretty much right on parallel with that stick that you have down on the ground. So now we're going to get to position number 2. That's going to go in halfway back. This is going to be pretty crucial as well. Now I want you, when you take it back, I want you to create a nice right angle between your forearm here and the club shaft. So this right angle means, so your wrists have set just a little bit. If you go from position number 1, one piece. Number 2, we're kind of set our wrists a little bit. And a good point to check yourself here, so we're looking here from the down and out angle. If you notice that my hands are pretty much in line with the middle of my chest right here. Maybe my right pec just a little bit. We don't want to get it too far back behind us, then we'll have to reroute it at some point in our swing. We don't want it too far out in front of us, and then again, leading to maybe coming over the top. So we want to have that right in line with our chest here, creating this right angle. Now, another good point that I see a lot of people do is they get really laid off here, or maybe they're 2 across the line here, even halfway through. So I want you to do this kind of check for me. Take your right index finger, you're going to place it down the club shaft, take your normal grip, just place your finger right on that grip right there, just like that. When you take it back to halfway through, if you feel a lot of weight onto that one finger just like that, that means you're pretty much a little bit too laid off than we actually like it. Now if you're the opposite way, you notice that grip is coming off of my index finger. So this again is a good checkpoint with that finger to see if you're in a good point as far as your club shaft and where your hands are at being aligned with your chest. So that's kind of point number 2. So we're getting that progression, 1, 2. Now we're going to go into point number 3. Okay, yeah, so now point number 3, or position number 3 in our golf swing here. So if you're taking it to halfway through, creating that right angle that right here. Now the next point is going to be the top of our golf swing. So from here you can see they've created a nice right angle. Now one thing I want you to be mindful of is to not use your arms and your hands only in this next part on the way up. From here, what we're going to do is create just your shoulder turn. So this is going to get a good position at the top of the golf swing. If you go from here and just rotate, you'll notice that I've pretty much maintained that same angle with my club shaft and my arm on the way back. All I've done is gone from here and turn my shoulders. You'll notice that most guys on tour, they're gonna have those hands at a pretty high position at the top of their golf swing. I see a lot of people who take it back only with just their arms and their hands from, let's say, position number 2 here. They're just gonna go to take it back further, they just go here. So I notice that that club shaft is intersecting the back of my head. We want our hands to get higher, not immediately above our heads, but higher than our head here. So you notice, again, creating that right angle here with my forearm and my club shaft is getting into a good position at the top, creating width in our swing, creating an extension. Now we've created room For our next point, is we're just talking about shallowing at that club, creating lag on the way down. It's a lot, we talk about that a whole bunch in top speed, but that's gonna be key. So now you've got 1, 2, set our wrists a little bit, 3, just rotate our shoulders, and now into point number 4, position number 4 in our swing. And that's gonna be the start of our downswing. So let's get started on that. Okay, so now that we got to the top of our golf swing, now a pretty common question that we get is how do we start our downswing? Well, this is gonna be key. This is gonna be position number 4. So similar to where we were at number 2 with our hands being right, creating that right angle, that's gonna be point number 4. So as we take it to the top of our golf swing again, good full turn, high hands, creating that right angle. Now as we start our downswing, we'll notice this is gonna be point number 4, checkpoint number 4. We'll see that my hips are starting to open up and my hands are in a good position of lag. So how do we get to that point? As we start our downswing here, I want you to feel like you're stepping down with that left foot, applying pressure into the ground with that left foot here. I can feel a lot of pressure here, almost to my balls of my feet, kind of my right big toe area. And as I apply that pressure, that's gonna allow my left knee to turn out a little bit. Now my left hip is starting to turn out. So at this point in my downswing, I'm probably gonna be just about my shoulder turn, where my shoulders are at my hands. But you can see my shoulders are starting to unwind just a little bit. Now we're getting to more an athletic movement. So as we continue to go on through, our left hip's getting out of the way. Now I'm starting to feel pressure in my right foot. I'm starting to fire through it. So now you can see, well, as I'm pushing off my right, let's say my right big toe, my right knee is kind of going in a little bit, and I'm feeling my right hip turn. So now they're working simultaneously. The left hip's getting out of the way. My right hip is pushing forward, opening up my hips. And that energy is actually transferring up my torso now into my shoulders. So my shoulders are starting to unwind here now. So then now we're position number 4. We're gonna be about 25 degrees open with our hips. My shoulders are still gonna be a little bit closed, not square just yet, but still gonna be a little bit closed. And now what we've done is we created this position of lag. So what happens is we shallowed out early. You know, we've talked a lot about that in top speed golf system. We shallowed out, so it means we squared it up and created lag. So we sharpen this angle up between our club shaft and my shoulder here, all in the way down. So that's kind of position number 4 here. So from 3 to 4. Now we're going to position number 5, and that's gonna be actually at the golf ball. Okay, so now let's go to position number 5, and that's actually gonna be impact position, what that really looks like. So just like us progressing there on number 4, as I get to here, now impact, we're gonna continue to go through as my hips still continue to rotate on through. I'm starting to push off a little bit more with that right foot. My right hip's gonna be a little bit more open. Now my shoulders are starting to unwind and bringing my hands into impact. Now this is what impact should look like. 45 degrees open. My shoulders are slightly open. I meant to say 45 degrees open my hips. About 10 degrees open my shoulders. My chest is facing the golf ball here just a little bit. My hands are ahead of the golf club, and my left wrist is a little bit bowed with my right hand creating, we call it extension. Right about here. So that's the idea, is we kind of come on down, creating a lag. We're letting all that lag starting to release. And as we rotate open through impact, so we're gonna pause there, and that's gonna be position number 5 for us. Impact position, club face is dead square, slightly de-lofted, and we're not having our hips open. Shoulders are gonna be slightly open to our target. That's gonna be impact position for you. Now we're gonna go into our 6th position. That's gonna be part of our follow through. Okay guys, so now to position number 6, and that's our follow through. So we just got done with impact and what that looks like. Hips are 45 degrees open, shoulders are a little bit open, our hands are ahead. Now, how do we let everything release? Well, it's true, we just want to let everything go. We talk about that in our straight line release in the top speed golf system. When you come to here, we're gonna let everything release to this 45-degree angle. But now we're gonna keep on going, allowing our hips to continue to rotate on through. And I want you to feel like your belt buckle is facing your target now. And as you're coming on through, the goal is to try to get your right shoulder here to face your target as well. So next thing, get your hands to a pretty good high position right by your left ear, or your right ear for your lefties. So as you follow on through, let those hips go, come to your straight line release here, and finish on through, allowing that belt buckle to face, and my hands are high by your ear. That's gonna do a full swing. That's position number 6, but the full swing, how to finish nice and balanced. So now the drill is to do each position 20 times. So now we're gonna go to position number 1, go back to the ball, and we'll do that 20 times, and then 2, back to the ball, right angle, and 3, just like position 2, but now more of a shoulder turn, back to the ball, 20 times, and now integrate 4, again, do that 20 times, and impact, and then onto our follow through. So the total swing, you do each part 20 times, and then do full swing, just like trying to integrate everything together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 times. And now you're ready to go hit the golf ball. And all those steps. Oh yeah, hit that one good. All right guys, so hope that helps you guys, especially you beginners. It's a great kind of step-by-step process to help you get onto, to kind of start your golf swing. All right guys, so good luck, have fun as always, and play well. Hey guys, I hope you really enjoyed that video, kind of talking about the golf swing, how to get started, but I touched a little bit on this one subject on how to create lag. That is huge in our top speed golf system. It's actually our founder, Ballard, is going to talk about that here in a second. It's going to preview this, going to play. And if you click on that iCard, it's going to take you to the full version of that video, how we can create lag. It's a really important key in the golf swing, so it's really important that you watch this preview and then click on that iCard. All right guys, so good luck on it. Have fun as always, and play well.
And we're gonna get some more lag. I know you guys really want a lot of lag. All the pros have it, and I got a great 3-piece drill that Robin's gonna help us to demonstrate. The right forearm, the right shoulder, they're trying to come down really hard to start the swing, and we burn up all our speed prior to getting down to the ball. So we're not saving up any of that energy. Imagine there's kind of like a pouch with arrows in it, and I'm gonna pull the arrow out of the quiver and then swing on through. In grain, the reason this works is because I can't cast or that club's gonna come off my shoulder. I'm letting the start of my transition be across.